so this is the number I have. 440-567-4784. All right, write it. Just go ahead and write. Yeah, there we go. Write down whatever it is you want me to roll.
We missed you Friday, Joe.
We just got in.
Captain Snowbird over there.
Yeah.
We didn't have a lot going on. What's that?
I like the name.
Next month though, we will have a lot of information to go through because we're gonna have financials for the water, sewer, lift stations, everything. So it'll be more productive next month. It'll be good. It's good to have, but expensive. What's that?
90 days, can't be 120 days.
Yeah.
That goes through right away.
I was like, I made sure that while he was talking, I was like, can you say it again? I recorded the whole thing.
You need a real thing, and it's not.
Oh, yeah. I've had a couple calls about it.
BMC, do you have others that have been kicking around?
I have one grass cut that I just sent yesterday to Fleming's that he's gonna cut next week.
Okay, no, but
On Flame
any
Lake.
other repairs or anything? Nothing that's been dangling? Okay,
Nope.
because we did decide that because they've been addressed by the village for a period of time, they're not gonna get that grace period. It's
Okay,
big now.
great deal.
So if you had
Yeah.
other ones that were out.
I know Steven will be happy to hear that.
She tried to get two of them.
You. So what'd you get this time? So what did you
We have another. She is a sweetheart. You've never seen her.
I have a different
Yeah.
transfer.
Talk about Luna, huh?
Huh?
Talk about that dog, huh?
She's a sweetheart.
Oh,
Thanks, guys.
She tried. And my wife made a mistake. She loves sleeping in our bed.
Uh-oh.
How do you not,
That's
though?
the end of that.
I mean, I have two rods and I have to. I can't not.
no, not now.
No way.
And once you've done it,
We'll
it's
get that
stuck.
dog out of the house.
I remember we had a dog,
House
had
cleaner.
it for about 6 months, slept in the crate. We went somewhere, took the dog with us and to keep it quiet. That was it.
I made it one night and I was like, nope, I'm sorry. I don't care if it uses the bathroom. We'll work it out. And then eventually,
She goes down.
I think my most recent dog went one time accidentally. And after that, I was blessed.
And I have a huge kennel. I have a 50 by 24 kennel in the backyard. Okay?
Never know.
And she got a
Could have been
doggy door.
anything.
She had a doggy door within an hour, Maxton. And then we had,
Council, just so you're aware, we're live.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and, call the meeting to order.
There's no pledge on here.
On the regular?
Oh, we're in the work session. Oh, sorry.
I was like, we have two different ones.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and call the meeting to order. If we could stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, please. I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Carrie, can you do roll call, please?
Bob Cook,
here,
Sally Phil. Here. Stephen Kaufman. Ed Koschel.
Here.
Holly Meredith.
Here,
Gary Meehan.
Okay, are there any additions or corrections to the agenda? None? Next, we have the review and approval of the minutes for the previous meeting, July 15th work session and council meeting. And I know Sally caught an error in the minutes.
It's for the council meeting. It lists Sally Fell as being present and absent. And Sally Fell absent should be Bob Cook.
Everybody okay with that amendment? Okay, do I have a motion to approve the work session and the council meeting from July 15th with the correction?
So moved.
Have a second?
I'll second.
Any discussion? Okay, we're voting to approve the minutes from the work session and the council meeting from July 15th with the correction.
Bob Cook,
I've seen. Oh, you're here.
Sally Fell,
Yes.
Ted Kuzel,
I was not here.
Holly Marion,
Yes.
So 2 abstains, they go towards the yeses, but I don't know that is that correct?
Yes.
that's correct.
So then the minutes do get approved. Visitor comments? Anybody? None? A mayor's report, I don't have one. Administrator's report, everybody has one here. Mark, you wanna?
So the only thing to touch on with the administrator's report is I did meet with ODNR today. We walked the dam, looked over some things. Very good review from him from a bird's eye view. Obviously, he said that once we clear out the brush and the overgrowth at the dam and then get the engineer's study, he'll be able to give us more information. But definitely a great review just from his walk around with me today. We'll be doing some maintenance to the dam in the next couple weeks with the overgrowth in-house.
Any questions from us? Zoning inspector report, you guys have it in your packet. The solicitor is not here tonight, but I didn't believe he had a report. Committee reports, finance,
No new report.
public works,
Public Works met on 8/1. Nothing major to present until next month, potentially.
the special committees, planning commission,
Next meeting is 8/13/25.
records, did not meet, strategic planning committee.
Yeah, we've made some good progress this month. The survey that we had out on, into the community is closed. We had 73 responses. They were all good constructive comments on what our strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats are. We did start to see some trends there. Of course, the top priority is the lake. There was a fair amount of overview on some of the things that the association is responsible for, so we'll be sharing this with them. And all but one interview of the managerial staff within the village has been done. And the council. Joyce will be making appointments with each of you to interview each of you over the next few weeks. Beginning of September, September, we will be sitting down as a community, pulling all of this data and information together, starting to identify the priorities as well as milestones. So bottom line is we're on track so far to have our strategic plan done on time.
Thank you. RRA, Stephen is not in the report. SCAD,
For June, we had 14 runs into the village for 160 for the year. And year to date, it's 83 into the village, 977 into the district.
Thank
And we also hired 3 new paramedics. Put on second shift. Second shift, dual shift. There's just a lot of runs out there. We have often 3 units out sometimes for, we're calling for assistance outside our district. There's a lot of people in need.
Are we running 24 hours?
Yes.
At this time, we just don't always have enough.
Right,
running
oh yeah,
24
it's always been 24
Right,
hours,
we just don't have enough people.
but now we have the dual crew, but they're out. And then the third and fourth unit needs staff by the auxiliary.
We skipped planning commission, and we would be meeting the second Wednesday of the month, next Wednesday. And it feels like we should be taking back the zoning, that Sally made some comments, I've heard other comments. It seems like we should take some of that back and try to find the duplications, clean it up more before we would send it off to a third party. If I'm wrong, that's okay, but that's what I feel like I keep hearing and seeing.
Doesn't the council have to approve it first before?
I think the
it goes
council
the
has to
third
send it
party?
back, don't they?
Well, that's what I'm asking. Should we be sending it back? 'Cause nobody's happy with it.
Ed, Tom, what are your thoughts on that? You want to keep working on the zoning in work session, or should we send it back to planning and let them clean it up some more?
We really haven't hit it much
No,
at all,
we didn't get to it tonight.
right? I don't know what the last month wasn't work session.
We wanted to get the employee manual done before we did anything. It is a major undertaking, and I guess, if council would like, planning would try to take that on and clean it up first before we gave it to council.
You're willing, that's okay with me.
So there were two things that I sent over. Most of it was questions. The documents themselves are well written, and I thought well organized, they were clear. I just had questions. So I think if the planning commission could look at those questions and come back,
Yeah, that would be good.
that would be helpful. It's my understanding that the council should have read both of these documents by now. So if that hasn't been done, I encourage my council colleagues to do so. Because if the planning commission is gonna address questions, you should address them all at the same time, rather than have them driven on.
What's your thoughts on
Two
that?
documents aren't that long.
Would you be okay with planning taking a stab at it first?
Yeah.
All right, I guess we need somebody to make a motion.
I will.
I'll second that.
So just if I may, real quick. What Sally mentioned was the two that she submitted back were the maintenance and the building. So those are the two that I would recommend we look at first as a planning.
One is titled Property Maintenance, Chapter 1500. The other one is titled Part 14 Zoning and Building Code Standards. Again, one is 44 pages and the other is 11 pages. So these are not major time commitments to go through, put your questions, and maybe send them over. So planning can take a look at those.
Okay, we'll do a roll call on sending them over to planning commission.
Is it the entire zoning code?
The two, the maintenance and the building.
Did Ed second that? Sorry.
Yes.
Bob Cook,
Yes.
Sally Fell,
Yes.
Ed Colville,
Yes,
Holly Merrick,
Yes.
Very good. Be sent over to planning. Okay, moving forward on legislation, we have ordinance 2025-07-03, an ordinance approving the updated 2025 codified ordinances of the Village of Roman Shores, Ohio, provided by Muni Code via Civic Plus and not declaring an emergency. It's in its second reading. Next is resolution 2025-07-04R, resolution approving the renewal agreement and quote for insurance specialist group doing business as Love Insurance as provider for the Village of Roman Shores employees insurance policy effective date of September 1, 2025, and declaring it an emergency. It's in its second reading.
Do you need us to get it moved off, or can you wait one more meeting?
We can wait another meeting and we'll have to, due to
We don't have enough. to
quorum
do the
reasons.
rule.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
But yes, as long as we have it in before September 1st, we'll be fine.
Next is ordinance 2025-07-05, an ordinance approving the contract with Security Technologies LLC and the Village of Roman Shores for a term of 3 years commencing August 1st, 2025 for conversion of monitoring services for village pump stations and fire alarm system and declaring an emergency. It's in its second reading. And again, Chris said that it could go to a third reading and it'll just be retro to the August 1st. Next is resolution 2025-08-01R, a resolution to adopt the tax budget for the year 2026 attached here to and marked Exhibit A. It's in its first reading, and we cannot waive the 3 reading rule because we don't have enough people.
Is there a deadline that needs to be met here?
As soon as possible.
Do we need a special meeting before then?
Can it wait till the 19th?
I don't think so, no. I mean, I don't know that we can schedule anything tonight if Gary and Stephen are here.
Correct. Well, Stephen is gone the rest of this week.
Gary is too. He's at the county
He'll
fair.
be back Thursday.
So I guess we need to look at something early next week. Mark, can you send out an email to everybody tonight?
I-
Get their schedules,
I will take that.
and then, once we can find a date that works with everybody, I'll go ahead and call the meeting, because I only need myself to do that. I just need to make sure that we will have at least 5 people there. Okay, under old business, we have the personnel code. We talked about that in work session, and Sally is going to work on the vacation module before we go forward with that. Next is the POS. Everybody has that in their packet. I don't know if it's something we want to move forward with or not. I know we've discussed it numerous times and it's come up again. Everybody has a draft in here, so I encourage everybody to, if you have any concerns about it, to maybe voice them via email, so that on the 19th we could maybe create an ordinance, unless you guys want to create an ordinance at this particular moment.
So I had sent some questions over to Steve, who sent the proposal. Did everybody get it? Because I noticed there was
I don't think everybody was
reply.
attached to it.
Okay, because I did notice there was a reply to council, but I'm not so sure that that distribution list works when any of us do it. So,
Okay, all right. So we'll wait till next time to ask for it to be an ordinance if that's what we so choose to do. Under new business, we have the zoning inspector's salary. Mark, you want to touch base on that one?
I'd recommend we discuss that one in executive session.
Okay. Next, we have the MOU for Rock Creek.
So that was a concern that everyone had about what was going on potentially with the county leaving Rock Creek as their operative record due to their contract. I reached out to Rock Creek as council asked me to do and let them know that if they wanted us to do any type of agreement, that their solicitor should write up an MOU and submit it to us formally.
Very good. Okay.
I noticed they hired a class 2 on August 8th. and that was
They did hire a
supposed to
class
start-
2 for that
Yeah.
period of time. Yep.
So they just need a backup person for when he's on vacation. And he came from the county. Okay, next we have the bills for review. Anybody have any questions about the bill?
Well, what's the shed that was purchased?
So that was a shed that was purchased to replace an old shed that was broken down on the property that they store chemicals for the wasting with the bags. at the sewer plant.
Any other questions? If not, we're gonna pay the bills.
I move we go into executive session, including our administrator and clerk, to consider the appointment, employment, dismissal, discipline, promotion, demotion of compensation of a public employee or official.
I have a second. Any discussion before we go into executive session? And we're voting to go into executive session.
Bob Cook,
Yes.
Sally Phil. Yes. Mike Bojo,
Yes.
Marion,
Yes.
All right. We're gonna go into executive session. I have to ask everybody to leave, I'm sorry.
Now,
Thank you all for coming.